if you'd like to come and join me standing at the front of your mats. And you notice I've got a vest top on because the ashtanga practice also means you get quite warm. So we're going to start off just by standing and doing some breathing called Ujjayi breathing, which is the fire breath, okay? Sounds a bit strange if you've not tried it before, but it's a really soothing breath. And basically we breathe in and out through our nose. And the best way to describe it is it should sound like a gentle wave coming in and out on a beach. So you should just be able to hear the sound of your breath. And sometimes it helps to think like you're blowing your breath onto a piece of glass or onto a mirror. And that helps you get the feeling in the back of your throat, which starts to create the heat. So just play with it. It doesn't matter if you don't get it first time. The key thing is to breathe, of course, and just to breathe in and out through the nose. So starting with the feet together, toes together, heels together. Katie, you can stand with your feet hip distance apart, please, because we've got to make room for baby. And just close your eyes and become aware of the weight in your feet and where it is this evening. And obviously, because we've got the feet together, our balance might feel a bit different. So just rock forwards and backwards on your feet. And come to a point where you feel really centered between the toes and the heels of the feet. Maybe lift the toes up to get that real rooted down feeling. Allow the arms to hang down by the sides of your body. Relax your shoulders. Nice long neck, looking straight ahead. And then bring the awareness to the breath. So inhaling through the nose. Feel the breath touch the back of the throat. Exhale out through the nose. And as you exhale, imagine that breathing on some glass. So inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. And continue with that breath in your own time. Take 2 more breaths and then we're going to start to move. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. So let's start to flow. Inhale, take the arms forward and up. Fingertips touch at the end of the inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. First time, bend your knees, take your hands towards the mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine forwards. And then exhale, step back. You're in a high plank position. Lower your knees down and lower down as far as you can. So for Katie, this might not be too far. And then inhale, pop forwards, lifting the chest. And then exhale into down facing dog. Now, if the wrists are uncomfortable or you don't want to be in down facing dog, you can take extended child's pose. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So we're on about breath number 2. Keep following the sound of your breath. 3. 4. And 5. Look towards your hands. Inhale, walk or step your feet forwards. Lengthen your spine again. And exhale, draw your head to your knees. Inhale, take the arms forwards and up. Reach up, look up. Exhale, Samastiti. Let's go again. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to floor, head to knees. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, lengthen the spine forwards. Exhale, step back, high plank, lower down. So this time, if you want, you could do a full press up, otherwise take the knees to the floor. Option into up facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog or extended child's pose. Take 5 long, deep breaths. So keep finding space between the shoulders. Think about creating as much space as you can as well across your collarbones. That also helps to open up through the chest. Keep drawing your navel towards your spine. And just think about gently drawing the tailbone under, connecting to your root or your pelvic floor. Nice long deep breaths. And then when you're ready, inhale, look forward, step the feet forwards or walk them, lengthen the spine. Exhale, take your head towards your knees. Inhale, take your arms forwards, reach up, look up. Exhale, Samastiti. Let's go again. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, head to your knees. Inhale, lengthen the spine forwards. Option to hop back, or you can step back. Lower down, push up position. Inhale, up facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down facing dog or extended child's pose. And let's take 5 long, deep breaths. So I'm going to pop to the camera and have a look at what's going on. So just keep finding space between your shoulders. And remember the option to take extended child's pose if that feels better for you. And the key thing here is just to keep focusing on your breathing. Okay, keep drawing the navel to your spine. So you don't want the lower back to dip. You want to keep really engaged through your core. Good. And then when you're ready, walk or step your feet forwards or hop if you want to. Lengthen your spine. And exhale, take your head back towards your knees. Inhale, reach forward with the arms. Look up. Exhale, Samastiti. Let's go again. Last one. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, flow forwards with the out breath. Empty the lungs as you fold forwards. Inhale, bring the air back into the lungs, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, high plank, lower down to your push-up position. Push forwards with your toes. Inhale, open the chest, look straight ahead. Exhale, down, facing dog. 5 long, deep breaths. Or extended child's pose. Make sure the head's heavy, so the eyes are looking towards your knees. Your chin is drawn in. You've got that space between your shoulders. Your arms are straight. And you're drawing the heels of the feet down towards the earth. And keep the sense of drawing the navel to the spine and the tailbone gently drawing under. And that'll just make sure your core's engaged. You're not dipping into the back. One long last deep breath in through the nose. And out through the nose. Look into your hands and you can hop or step forwards, lengthen your spine. Exhale, draw your head to your knees. Inhale, reach forwards, look up, and exhale, Samastiti. And let's do sun salutation B. So we're going to bend our knees. Inhale, keep the knees bent, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Take the hands to the mat, draw your head to your knees and straighten your legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine forwards. Exhale, hop or step back, lower down to your push-up position. Inhale, up facing dog. Exhale, down facing dog. Now we're going to move to warrior 1. So you're going to turn your left foot out, so it's like a 10 to 2 position. And you're going to step your right foot forwards to where your right hand is. Okay, if you can't get there in one go, just help the foot along. Make sure both feet are down and then inhale, swoop the arms upwards. Hips are pointing forwards. Exhale, take the hands to the mat. Step your right foot back, lower down to your push-up position. Inhale, lift and open the chest. Exhale, down facing dog or extended child's pose. And then we're going to move to the other side. So left foot turns out, 10 to 2. Left foot steps through to where the left hand is. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. You want your shoulders over your hips. And then exhale, take the hands to the mat. Step back. Lower down, push-up position. Inhale, lift and open the chest, up dog. Exhale, down dog, or extended child's pose for 5 long, deep breaths. So keep finding the space in the shoulders. The head is heavy. Spread your fingers wide. Feel all the parts of the palm of your hand pressing into the mat. Looking towards your knees or towards your navel, and gently drawing the heels of the feet down to the mat. Nice, long, deep breaths. And then when you're ready, look to your hands. Inhale, hop, step, or walk your feet forwards, lengthen your spine. Exhale, draw your head to your knees. So we're going to bend our knees, arms come up, knees stay bent, and exhale, back to Samasthiti. Let's go again, bend your knees. Inhale, arms come up, knees stay bent. Exhale, hands to the mat, straighten the legs, head to knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine forwards. Exhale, hop, step, and walk the feet back. Lower down to your push-up position. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, extended child's pose or down facing dog. So left toes turn out, right foot steps through, bend the front knee. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, lower down to your push-up position. Inhale, baby cobra or up facing dog. Exhale, down facing dog or extended child's pose. Right foot turns out, left foot steps through. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, lower down, your push-up position. Inhale, up facing dog. Exhale, down facing dog. And let's take 5 long, deep breaths. So when we start to get tired, we start to lose our form. So just choose some options here that really make you engage your core. So that might be bending your knees a little bit. It might be coming down to extended child's pose. If you're staying with down dog, try and keep the arms as straight as you can. Spread your fingers wide and keep looking for the space between your shoulders. Focus on your breath. And let it still sound like the soft waves on a beach if you can. And when you're ready, look to your hands. Inhale, hop, step or walk your feet forwards, lengthen the spine. Exhale, draw your head to your knees. Soften your knees. Inhale, arms come up, knees stay bent. And exhale, Samasthiti. Okay, we're going to leave our sun salutations there. Hopefully you're nice and warm. And you're going to step your feet hip distance apart. So Kate, you might want to take yours a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And then hands on your hips, inhale, and then exhale, fold forwards. So you can have the knees bent if you want to. Take hold of your big toes. So you want your first 2 fingers and thumbs to wrap around your big toes. Keep your knees as bent as you need to. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, come into your forward fold. So before you focus on straightening the legs here, I want you to think about where the weight is in your feet. So if you're dropping back into the heels of your feet, which I'm accentuating here, just draw the weight forward slightly. And then think about the sit bones lifting up so that they're in line with the heels of your feet. And then from there, see if you can straighten your legs or just open up the backs of the knees a little bit more than they were. Take some nice, long, deep breaths. And if you don't want to hold your toes, that's fine. You can hold your shins, hold your ankles. Do what feels good for you. Inhale from there, lengthen the spine. And exhale, take your hands to your waist. Soften your knees. Inhale, let's roll all the way up. And exhale, take your feet back together to Samasthiti. So we're going to step to Triphalasana. So step a wide step to the right, right toes turn out, left toes turn in slightly. Bring your arms to shoulder height. And then imagine someone's pulling your right arm over to the side. Take your right arm down, left arm up to the ceiling. 5 long, deep breaths. So you're looking for a straight line through the shoulders. You're looking for the core to be really engaged. You're not leaning forwards or backwards. You're in a straight line out to the side. And if it feels good, nose looking up or eyes looking up towards that left hand. So you might be here, you can have the knee bent if that feels better for you. Choose what feels good for you. And let the breath guide you into a steady space where you can breathe really easily. Turn to look at your foot. Bend the right knee, inhale coming up. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out. And let's do that to the other side. So left arm, leaning over, left arm comes down, right arm comes up. 5 long deep breaths. I'm going to come and just have a little peek, see how you're all doing. Looking good. Lovely. Okay, and then from there, inhale, coming all the way up. So we're going to do reverse Triphalasana. So you're going to turn your left foot in again, turn your right foot out, and you're going to step your right foot a little bit wider and step that back foot round. So it's like you're on a railway track. Put your hands on your hips, and I want you to bend forward halfway, and then bring your left hand either onto your left shin, or even onto just above your left knee, if that's better for you. If you can get the hand to the floor, take it to the outside of that right foot. Right hand goes to your lower back, and from there you turn and look to your right shoulder. And the final option is to take that right arm up to the ceiling. So take 5 breaths. Lots of options there. Key thing is to stay connected, grounded to your feet. The legs support the pose. If you keep the right hand on the lower back, it might just make you a little bit more stable. Okay, turn to look at your foot, bend the front knee, inhale, come all the way up. Probably guess we're going to go to the other side, so turn the left foot out, right foot comes round, make sure you're on your railway track, hands on your hips, exhale, fold forwards, halfway. So bend that front knee if you need to. Right hand finds the shin or the ankle, maybe the outside of the foot, left hand onto the lower back, and then turn and look over your left shoulder. Left hand option to come up to the ceiling. 5 breaths. So if you're keeping the hand on the back, you can use that just to make sure that that left hip doesn't swing out to the side. Keep pushing it back to center so that both hip bones are pointing straight down towards the mat. And keep lengthening through the spine. Turn to look at your foot. Inhale, come all the way up. Take the arms out wide. And exhale, step back to the front of your mat. Samastiti. Big step to the right again. Turn the right foot out, left toes in, so slightly longer than last time. Going to bend into that right knee. Option, right arm onto the thigh, or you can take the right hand all the way down to the outside of the right foot. Left arm comes under and up. Reach out all the way from the heel of the foot out through the fingertips. 5 long deep breaths. So keep lifting the heart towards the ceiling here. So you're really twisting and opening and getting a nice stretch through the side of the body. And you can do that whether you're here or you've got your hand on the floor. Just keep focusing on drawing everything into the center and then up towards the ceiling. Turn to look at your foot, inhale coming up, turn the right foot in, turn your left foot out, bend into the left knee, choose your option, forearm onto thigh, or left hand to the outside of the foot, right arm comes under and up. So the other thing to look out for here is that your bottom doesn't swing out behind you. You want to keep pushing everything forwards and then lift and open from there. So your core will really engage, feel your tailbone lifting, navel towards spine. Nice long deep breaths. Turn to look at your foot. Inhale, come all the way up. So we're going to do the reverse now. So we're going to take our back knee down to the mat, return to the right. Back knee comes down to the mat. Pop your right hand on the outside of that right knee, and then you're going to twist Your left arm, I'm just going to face you so you can see me. Left arm over to the outside of that knee. So first option is to stay here with the hands in prayer position. You might be able to get the hand down towards the floor. And then from there, you can pop your hand onto your lower back. If that still feels good, you might want to be able to push that back foot away from you and maybe take your right arm up and over. 5 long deep breaths. Loads of options. So Kate, for you, obviously bump's not going to want to twist. So I should have said before we started, you just stay here in a nice lunge. And then to come out of the pose, turn to look at the foot. Inhale, coming all the way up. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out, take the back knee down to the mat. And we're just going to do that on the other side. So right arm squeezes over that left leg. Option, stay in prayer position or hands to the mat. Straighten the back leg. Left arm comes under and up. Your choice. Just keep breathing. Really keep pushing that back leg away if you've got it lifted. If you've got the back knee down, just keep really focusing on your twist. Opening your heart center a little bit more towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready, turn to look at your foot. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, step back to the front of your mat, Samasthiti. So we're going to take a couple of wide leg forward bends. Step your feet out nice and wide, toes pointing forwards, hands on your hips. Inhale, lift and open the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Come halfway down, pop your hands onto the floor underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest again, and then exhale, melt forwards. Think about the eyes in the think about your eyes being in the crown of your head, and then we'll come all the way down to the mat. Keep bending the elbows back underneath you. And take 5 long deep breaths. So remember, you've got the option to keep the knees bent. That'll just allow your lower back to release a little bit more. And just be mindful of where the weight is in your feet. Nice, steady feeling, rooted down into the earth. And it's like you just hang from your hips down towards the floor. Keep space in the shoulders. And then from there, inhale, lengthen forwards again. Keep your hands on the mat. Exhale, take the hands to the waist. Soften your knees. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, keep your hands on your waist. Okay, we're going to go to the last one. There's normally 4 forward bends we do here. We're just going to do 1 more. So inhale, open the chest again. Exhale, come halfway down. See if you can reach your big toes. Maybe you can bend your knees. Inhale, lengthen from there, and then exhale, forward fold again, and take 5 long, deep breaths. I'm just going to pop and see how you're all doing. Keep space in the shoulders. Lovely, brilliant. Let the head be heavy. Listen to the sound of your breathing. And then from there, inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, take your hands to your waist. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, step back to the front of your mat, Samasthiti. Okay, from here, we're going to go into a balance. We're going to go into tree pose. To transfer your weight to the left foot. Allow yourself to come up onto your toes of your right foot. They can stay on the floor, or they can make your way up your leg to wherever feels good for you. Just make sure it's above or below the knee. We don't want that foot on the knee. And then really push the foot into the leg into the foot, and allow that knee to come out to the side. And once you feel grounded, maybe take your hands to prayer position, or you can take your arms up to the ceiling, whatever feels good for you. And just listen to your breath. Feel the strength in your standing leg. Let the breath steady you if you're wobbling or moving around, it's all good. And just have that feeling again of the tailbone lengthening down, drawing in and up. Make sure those bandhas, they call them bandhas in yoga, connected, talking about our pelvic floor and into the stomach area here, drawing in the navel. And then exhale. We'll let the right foot come down to the mat. Just steady yourself back into both feet and then transfer the weight to the right and choose your option on that left foot. So remember, the toes can stay on the floor if you want to, or you can take the foot into whatever position feels good for you. Then just check in with the posture, tailbone coming under. Just notice how that lets the hip open up a little bit more rather than the hip closing. And then choosing your hand position that feels good for you. Nice, long, deep breaths. I wasn't doing a dance move then. I was feeling a bit wobbly, thought I was going to fall out. Little adjustment back in. And releasing that foot back down to the mat. Just shake your legs out. Come and stand at the front of your mats again if you're not already there. Feet together. Inhale, take your arms wide, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Take your hands to the mat, draw your head to your knees. Inhale, lengthen the spine forwards. And exhale, hop, step or jump back to your plank, lower down to your push-up position. Inhale, lift and open the chest. Exhale to down dog. Now we're going to move straight to the chair pose. So look to your hands. You can hop, step or walk your feet forwards, feet together. Bend your knees. Inhale, take the arms up. 5 long deep breaths. Holding here. Now you can imagine you're holding a beach ball. That's really good if you're feeling your shoulders are too tight to bring those hands together and keep the space in the shoulders. Better to hold a beach ball or a tennis ball. If you can bring the hands together, great. And then bring your awareness back to the core. Keep drawing the navel in. Tailbone gently lifting under. Nice long deep breaths. Last breath in. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Take your hands to your mat, draw your head to your knees, straighten your legs if you can. Inhale, lengthen the spine forwards. Exhale, hop, step or walk back, lower down to your push-up position. Inhale, lift and open the chest. Exhale to down facing dog. So we're going to come back to warrior one. So you're going to turn your left toes out, 10 to 2. Right hand comes to the right hand. Sorry, right foot comes to the right hand. Make sure that right buttock stays to the center line. Inhale, come all the way up. Now arm options here again, holding your beach ball. If it doesn't feel good for you, John, you can keep your hands on your hips. That might be a good option for you, Kate. See how you feel. Just keep lifting up, really rooted down through the feet. Make sure the tailbone's lifting under and up. Look into your hands if you can, or straight ahead. Squeeze those hands together if you can, keeping the arms straight. Nice long deep breaths. Now if you can, keep looking at your hands, straighten your front leg. Keep looking at your hands as you turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out, and now you should be facing the opposite end of your mat. Step that right foot round, so you're on your railroad tracks again, and then bend into the left knee. So you just want to readjust, make sure you're resetting everything, hips pointing forwards, tailbone lifting, arms nice and lifted, shoulders over your hips. Nice long deep breaths. Now I'm going to move because I'm going to have my back to you otherwise. So from here, you're going to rainbow your arms out to shoulder height. And you're just going to adjust your feet so that the heels of your feet are in line with each other. Keep your left knee bent. And now you're in warrior two, looking out over that left arm. So make sure your shoulders are over hips. Again, feeling of drawing the hips forward. Feel how that opens up the hips. Lengthen out through the arms. Keep that back leg straight. Might have a tendency to want to bend. Keep it nice and straight. Nice long deep breaths. Keep those arms out. I know this is hard if you haven't worked the arms for a little while. Just bear with it. Now, keep those arms out, straighten the front leg. Left foot turns in, right foot turns out, bending into the right knee. Looking over the right arm. And again, just adjust your hips. Make sure they're open. Tailbone lifted. Lengthen out through those arms. Steady, focused warriors. And then from there, just rainbow your hands back down to the mat. Step your right foot back. Lower down to your push-up position. Inhale, up facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. And then look to your hands and just hop or cross your legs forwards to come into a seated position. Whew. Are you feeling warm? I hope you are. If you've got legs, if you've got legs, I hope you've all still got your legs. Extend your legs out in front of you, nice and long. And just adjust your sit bones into the mat. Get your breath back. Let your hands come down by your sides. And just feel like you're trying to lift the heels of your feet off the floor if you can. Keep drawing the toes back towards your head. Open the chest and across the collarbones. Find that breath. So this is like a seated version of Samasthiti. It's called Dandasana. Just reset us before we come into a forward fold. And then from there, inhale, reach forward for your big toes. Don't worry if you can't reach the toes. You can either bring them to you or you can hold your ankles or below the knees. Lift and open the chest. Exhale, if you've got hold of the toes, just allow the elbows to go out to the side and melt forwards into your forward fold. So key thing here is to keep thinking about length through the front body as much as through the spine. So I like to imagine there's a cord coming up through my tailbone, through the front of the spine, and out through my sternum. So it's like it comes out from your heart center and it's drawing towards your big toes. So that's where you're lengthening from, not from the back of the body, through the front body. Keep the feet active. Feet want to get lazy here, so we want to keep them nice and lifted, pointing straight up towards the ceiling. And then inhale, lifting back up. From there, just going to take your arms behind you, lift and open your chest. So for Kate, I recommend you stay here. If you want to go a bit further, you can come to tabletop position. Just walk the feet underneath your knees. Or if you want to go for the full reverse pose, just straighten the legs, let the toes come down towards the mat, take the head back, 5 breaths. Keep lifting the chest, pushing into your hands. And exhale, lowering down, nice and slowly. Good. Okay, so we're just going to cross our legs. We're just going to take a half vinyasa, and then we're going to come down onto our backs. So bring your hands to the mat, step the feet back behind you, so you're back in a plank position. Lower down, push-up position. Inhale, baby cobra or up facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Look to your hands, you're going to hop or walk your feet through to a cross-leg position and then come and lie down on your mat. So we'll go into relaxation soon, but I just want us to reverse the blood flow back through the legs. So there's a couple of options here. If you've got a wall nearby, you can take your mat to the wall and just roll your legs up onto the wall. So you're just resting with the feet straight up in the air. So it's a really nice, restful pose to reverse the blood flow. So Katie, this one's definitely for you. Baby will thank you for it immensely, and so will your feet and your ankles. If anyone wants to go a bit deeper, you can come up into a shoulder stand. So bring your arms by your sides, roll your knees up towards your chest, push into your hands, rock the hips off the floor, walk your feet up your back, hands up your back, not your feet, and then point your toes up towards the ceiling. We're not quite to walking our feet up our backs yet. I think that'll be a bit advanced for a Tuesday night. Just keep lifting up nice and tall, keep drawing the elbows down towards the floor. Nice long deep breaths. Or remember, you can just stay with the legs up the wall or just up in the air. Now from there, if you want to, you can come down into plow pose. So just slowly hinge from the hips, lower your feet down behind you. If the toes touch down, you can release the arms, extend the fingers behind your back, interlace your fingers. Keep looking straight up towards the ceiling. Find your breath. Now, if your feet haven't quite touched down, keep your hands on your back to support your back. Okay, take your hands onto the back. If you're in your shoulder stand, bring your knees in towards your head, allow your feet to come down and slowly roll down through your spine. And if you've got your legs up the wall, just slowly bring them back down. Extend your legs out nice and long. Take your hands underneath your bottom. I'm just going to go into the fish pose just to reverse that shoulder stand. So you're going to push your elbows into the mat, slide the crown of the head onto the floor, looking behind you. Nice, long, deep breath. Start to slow the breath down. And to come out, it's the opposite, how you went in. So you just slide the head away, tuck your chin in, and then take your hands out from underneath you. Draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. And I just want you to pop back up to a seated position for me, just for a few moments. And we're going to breathe for a moment before we come into relaxation. So I want you to cross your legs if you can. If you can't, just let the legs be however is comfortable for you to sit. If you can get one of your feet into half lotus, feel free to go. If you can do full lotus, go for it. And then just bring your first finger and thumb together and just rest the back of the wrists on the back of your knee. Sit up nice and tall, drop the chin towards your chest. And we're just going to take 10 nice, long, deep Ujjayi breaths. And I really want you to slow the breath down. So in your own time, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. So I'll keep count, you just sit silently with your breath. So make this your last breath. And then just allow your breath to return to normal. So if you would like to, pop on something warm and just lie down in Shavasana. If you want to stay here in a seated position, feel free to, just to sit in this meditation pose. So just choose what feels good for you. Whatever you do, just make sure you're comfortable and at ease. And I want you to completely let go of that Ujjayi breathing. So just find a natural, easy rhythm for you. But keep that awareness inward, keep that sense of peace that you've just created through your breath. And whether you're lying down or seated still, just really tuning to how your body feels right at this moment. Feel the sensations in your body of the blood flow. Of your life force or your prana, as it's called in yoga. Just feel it, be aware of it. And with each out breath, just feel yourself relaxing deeper. And on the next out breath, just feel yourself going deeper and deeper. And on that next out breath, going into that deepest, stillest place in yourself where you can really relax and let go. And just become aware of your heart beating in your chest. And if it feels good for you, I'll just invite you to just turn your mind, your eye back towards the day you've just had. And just connect with one thing that you feel really grateful for. Doesn't need to be anything big or significant. Something really small, something you notice that you feel grateful for. And just bring it into your mind now. And then when you feel ready, just very slowly start to deepen your breathing. Bringing your awareness back to your fingers and your toes. And then just choosing to move in a way that feels good for you right now. And then when you feel ready in your own time, in your own way, slowly rolling to one side, making your way back up to a seated position.